Hi everybody, welcome to the Becky and Boca Show. I am here in St. Petersburg, Florida with Lynn Nicol, singer-songwriter. We're in this really cool venue right downtown in St. Petersburg, which is an amazing city, and in the past few years it's really changed, really nice. And I've been listening to her music. She plays in some of the venues around here, and I just love it. And I wanted to get to know her and find out her story, so we're going to get to know you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm really excited to be here. We are at Station House downtown.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I love this place. They call this one of their phone booths.
They call this a phone booth?
Yeah.
so great.
Take
so
phone
great.
calls in here, selfies. See, I've done 7 albums now, working on new material.
Great stuff. Great stuff. You sent me some of your music videos. Amazing.
Yes,
I love them all.
I'm excited to show them. I'm excited for you guys to see them.
Turn up the radio. I don't care what song it is, long as I'm singing it with you.
How would you describe it? What's like the genre?
I would say like beachy pop rock, I guess. Beachy pop rock.
I like that.
Maybe like Sheryl Crow
Yeah.
meets Jack Johnson and a little dash of Jimmy Buffett.
Some of my favorite artists right there you just mentioned. Yes, very Florida.
Thanks, yeah.
Very beachy and just easy to listen to too. Kind of mellow. I don't want to say soft, but it's not harsh.
That's like
It's-
chill.
Yeah, chill. Yes. That's a good description.
Southside St. Pete, woo-hoo, in the neighborhood.
Give us your history.
Okay, so I was working as a bookkeeper in my early 20s. I'd always played music and I'd always been around music. Like I grew up in the theater with my mom working in the box office, and yeah, I thought
You like
I
performing.
could do this. Yeah, I could do this professionally. So I quit my job. I told my boss I was going to be a rock star. He loved that.
I like that.
And then I went to Nashville and cut my first EP, and that was Beach Day. And I actually did really well, and it was exciting, you know, and a young artist, and this is my first EP. And so I went back and I cut a full record, and that was called Broader Horizons. That one was really cool too. You know, I got invited to audition for The Voice and got to do all kinds of fun stuff. I wanted to get more into the recording side of music, so I moved to Nashville and I did a semester in the audio engineering program at MTSU.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but then I don't know, life had other plans for me, and I wound up in Northern California for a few years. It was super fun touring around and, you know, getting into my late 20s by that point. So I eventually decided to come back to Florida. I wanted to find a husband, start a family kind of thing.
I want to touch a little bit on your education, just because it's very impressive to me
Okay.
that not only
I'm shy though.
not only do you do this, but you are a lawyer. You have
I am.
graduated from law school.
Yes. I went to Stetson.
When did you have time to do that?
Well, I had time because of the pandemic. I don't think I would have, but when everything went online, you know, and law school was online, I took the bar online.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy. And yeah.
And that's
so-
not easy, so you must be very bright.
Thank you. It wasn't, I didn't think it was, I mean, it wasn't too bad. It was a lot of work, but it wasn't, I wouldn't say it's hard. I think, like, if you want to go to law school, you could totally do it. You should do it. So I came back, and that's when I cut my 7th album back up in Nashville again, and then started getting more into recording my own records. And yeah, here I am now. So I've done 3 by myself in collaboration with Nashville musicians and LA musicians, but primarily self-produced. My Born to Roam album was co-produced with Andrew DeLuca. He goes by Blue Lou out of LA, and he's actually from St. Pete.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, so we met here, and we're super proud of that record.
And you would prefer to do your music than to work as an attorney?
Well, I think I can have both.
I think you can too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I recently started my estate planning practice. It's called Tampa Bay Wills, and I'm a solo practitioner now. I did work a year as a litigator at a trial firm, and I did estate planning there too. And I see a way to do that, kind of maybe 20, 30 hours
on
a
your
week,
off time.
and then play all the music I want.
Okay, well, that's truly your passion. I can see that. I know you've done a lot of touring, and I want you to tell us about some of your experiences on the road.
Okay. I think probably one of the coolest things that's ever happened on the road, I was playing all before COVID. I used to go every year down to Key West, and I would play 6 nights in a row at Margaritaville down there.
Oh, how fun.
It was so fun. Like, they put us up in the band apartment, and it was right above the club, so you're staying
above
above the club on Duval Street. Like, it was too much fun. we won't talk about how
too
much
great.
fun it was. Yeah, but I think it was actually the last time I ever got to play down there. It was
Before COVID?
Yeah, before COVID and before law school.
Okay.
And it was right after one of the hurricanes had come through. So it was my week to play the club, and Jimmy Buffett flew in to raise some money for, recovery efforts for the hurricane. And his tour manager called me, and I didn't even think that this was real.
You're kidding. Hi, this
Yeah.
is Jimmy Buffett's tour manager?
For real, yeah. So his tour manager calls me on my cell phone. I'm literally sitting at brunch, drinking a mimosa. Definitely would not have been doing that before I opened for Jimmy Buffett. But he's like, hey, Jimmy's flying in. You're going to be opening for him tonight at the club. And I was like, are you serious? Are you for real? So yeah, he was such a sweet man. He came up and met my dogs, and my dogs looked him on his face, and I was kind of jealous.
Jimmy Buffett lives in Palm Beach, and I live in Boca Raton, so I do know people that have run into him and say he is a really nice person.
He is. He's super down to earth, really, really sweet. And the fact that he took the time to come upstairs and meet me after the show and
That's
meet my
nice.
dogs, I was just like, oh.
That's nice. That's nice. So you opened for Jimmy Buffett?
I did. I
Wow.
opened for Jimmy Buffett. It was
That's great.
amazing.
In Key West.
In Key West at Margaritaville.
Oh.
That's it doesn't get better than
No,
that.
it doesn't. It doesn't.
And then another really cool experience on the road. I was out in Pacifica, California. So Pacifica is the cliffs of. It depends on what part of California you live in. I call it Northern California.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might call it Central, I guess.
Right.
But it's such a beautiful city. And I'm playing at this little bar. I'm trying to think of the name of the bar. Winters. It was called Winters Tavern. And Prairie Prince, I don't know if everybody knows who he is, but he's kind of a legend. So I didn't know who he was when he came up on stage with me. And I found out later.
A guy just walked up on stage?
He just walked up on stage and started playing my speaker with spoons, from the bar. And I was like, this is interesting. So I kept
You
going.
went with it?
Yeah, I was like, we'll go with this. I'm cool with it. And then after the show, he just disappeared, but his nephew stuck around and had some drinks with us. And he's like, so that was my uncle. He's the drummer of the Tubes. And he's also one of the founding members of Journey, and he was in the band Jefferson Starship.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that was so cool. I was just like,
Oh.
Fun stuff happens
Yeah,
on the road.
I bet. Do you still go on the road?
Getting ready to go back on the road again next year, so I'm super excited. I think I'm going to do a tour back out to California. Again, nothing set in stone yet, but I've got my lines out, and I'm working on confirming some dates. So it would be California, and then kind of the Ohio Midwestern region.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
thinking Michigan, Ohio, Missouri.
Are you doing that in the winter?
That's going to be July for the
Okay.
Midwest. I think California would be June, and then probably next fall we would go back up to New Jersey, New York kind of area, Maryland,
Wow.
Pennsylvania. I think. Yeah.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah, and then for the rest of this year, pretty much planning on just writing and recording. I'm going back up to Nashville again in November, I think, yeah. November in Nashville, going to LA, also in November for a music conference. So a lot going on, very busy, but loving every second of it.
No, I can tell you're doing what you love.
Yeah.
Despite all of your education and experience in other things, you come back to this.
I was born to roam alone. It ain't
this is what you want to do.
Yes, this is my heart, and I don't know, it's just so much fun, like getting up on stage and connecting with people, I think is my favorite part. Just when you see them like bobbing along and they're smiling, and
When
you can
people
just,
like your music and they feel it,
yeah,
everybody feels good and they do connect
it's
with you.
special, yeah.
Mhm.
Like the whole room is just together and sometimes singing, and it's just so beautiful and fun.
Okay, everybody, thanks for joining me on this episode of the Becky and Boca Show as I came to St. Petersburg, Florida to interview Lynn Nicol. I know you're going to be super famous. I love what you do. I love the music, and you got to remember me. Take me backstage when you're huge. You're already big, but
For sure.
and when you're with Jimmy Buffett next time, hey Becky,
I will
come on
call
down.
you.
Okay.
Oh, also, you guys, you can check out the music videos on YouTube. All the music's on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you stream music. So please,
How do they find out? What do they put your name in?
yep, Lynn Nicol, and Nicol's Nicol with no E on the end. And then I'm on Instagram, Lynn Nicol, and Facebook. So if you want to do something nice for me, please follow me online. It's so helpful when I go to book shows in other cities and they see that I have a following there. So thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Give me a hug.
Thanks for having me.
Oh,
so fun.
I loved it. I really enjoyed this interview. Okay, Amber, I'm going to have you sing us out, and then we're going to go right into a few of your videos so the audience can have a look and a listen.
Okay, so this song is called Two Ships.
Two ships.
Yep.
Okay.
It's on my latest record, Born to Roam, and I co-wrote it with Andrew DeLuca. He likes to be called Blue Lou.
Okay, so you co-wrote it with Blue Lou.
I co-wrote
What's
it-
the song about?
I wrote it when I was in law school, and it's actually, there was a girl, she was on the trial competition with Sam and I,
Yeah.
and she told me her story, and I was like, that's such a beautiful story, a sad story, but a beautiful story. And so it's really not my story, it's a friend of mine's, and she's amazing. She's doing great things. She's an attorney
Okay.
now, so this one goes out to, I don't know if she wants me to say her name, so I'll just,
She'll know who she is.
yes.
I was a waitress working at the bar. He was a fisherman with a too long troubled heart. I thought I could save him. I was just 19. See, for the night sky, missing you's a cowgirl love song, dancing in her bare feet, softly singing to me, say we'll never ever have to go home, 'cause I was born to run away, love. I was born to run away. Take the wheel and promise me a sunset sky. Something about the feeling, something about the mood. Turn up the radio, I don't care what song it is, long as I'm singing it with you. Summer on the highway, driving is a state of mind. Memory on replay, baby, just something about that ride. I don't care what song it is, something about the night, something about the mood. Take the wheel, 'cause I can't keep my eyes off you. Something about the feeling, something about the mood. Turn up the radio, I don't care what song it is, long as I'm singing it with you. Summer on the highway, driving is a state of mind. Memory on replay, baby, just something about that ride. Just something about that ride. I tried to make it on the New York streets. I moved to Nashville, but I missed the heat. There are 3 bridges across the Tampa Bay.
Howard Franklin Candy, Courtney Campbell Causeway,
Forever young, 'cause I got big dreams.
bigger than the stars.
Sometimes I'm sad, but I love everything.
Amazing grace.
There are 3 bridges and a skyway. Southside St. Pete, woohoo, in the neighborhood. Southside St. Pete, woohoo, we just feeling good. It doesn't matter if it's winter or summer. Go to the beach and get you a lover. Southside St. Pete. South Tampa girls look pretty,
No, they do.
but in St. Pete we are laid back kind of city. Come and you walk, go where you wanna go. How? We don't give a who you know. Southside St. Pete, woohoo, in the neighborhood.
St. Pete, eat from the mango tree. Lake McGorry, Butler Paul, where I be. Go to Jet's corner store up 18th. Then walk to the big house, bet I hear word of mouth. Constructs justified through condition. Thinking of liberation. Going down Parnella's Point Drive, thinking of a mister. Remembering the time, PSTA, Route 4, Bay Vista, down Rohanda, District 4, bus I took, turn around, Big Bayou, Driftwood, Old Southeast in the neighborhood, Southside St. Pete, Southside St. Pete in the neighborhood, Southside St. Pete, by the mulberry tree.
Southside St. Pete, ooh, in the neighborhood. Southside St. Pete, ooh, we just feeling good. It doesn't matter if it's winter or summer. Go to the beach and get you a lover. Southside St. Pete.
Southside St. Pete. Municipal Marina, holla when you see us. Southside St. Pete. Municipal Marina, holla when you see us. They come into my city 'cause my city is good.